Hey guys, it's Dr Duce back again with some more tips and tricks for you. Now this tip is number 7 in my recent series on Logic Pro X. Okay, so now today we're going to extend on what we've done so far, and we're going to add something quite special to the vocal, something quite different in fact, and this may well be something you'd never looked at yourself, but I'm sure you'll find it interesting for your own productions. Okay, so let's get started. So right here is the vocal track. I'm actually going to rename this vocal. Okay, and this right here is the element that we're going to be adding. I'm actually going to, let me just play you the vocal on its own, and then I'll play you this additional element and you can hear what we're going to be working on.
Time seems to fly when you're on top of the world.
Now let's add this bit.
Time seems to fly when you're on top of the world without a worry let you down.
Okay, let's take this out, take the vocal out. What this is, we're making use of the Logic EVOC20, which is one of the most powerful tools in Logic and probably the most underrated. Now, the tutorial is not so much about how to use the vocoder. If you do want to find out how to use it, do let me know and I'll do a tutorial on that. However, I'm just going to use it as a tool for this particular production. So first of all, we've got our vocal, which is this. We've also got the melody, which I created earlier in the previous video. So I'll just pull the melody down here, play it back on the keyboard and listen.
Time seems to fly.
Cool. All right. In order for the vocoder to sort of match what's going on with the vocal, we need to have the actual melody played out on a keyboard, because essentially the EVOC20 is actually a synth. It's a polysynth and it has the vocoder as built in. So let me go through here. I'm just going to copy the setting, and what we do, let's go through to synthesizer. Let's try this one. Now all we're going to be doing now is playing back this sequence right here, just using the soft air patch. All right. Okay, so all I'm going to do right here now is kind of just show you how you can really come up with something real quick using the EVOC20 to give your vocal just that little extra character that will give a bit of sparkle or something a bit different to the norm, all right? So to start off with, as we said before, you make sure that your melody has been played out onto the keyboard and the melody is actually sitting on the EVOC20 track. You've also, the next thing you've got to do is come up here to sidechain, and in sidechain you select the vocal track, the one on which the vocal is playing. The volume of the vocal track doesn't actually have to be raised in order to get the sound of the vocoder, okay? As long as the sidechain input is set to the vocal track, that's all that Logic needs in order to use that audio recording to modulate the synth. So what you do now is you come to vintage vocoder, and you've got a range of different ones here, sort of presets. We're just going to pick the first one and we're going to play with that, and I'll show you what you can come up with. Okay, so let's play that back. Yep, that's good. Okay, so cool. So that sounds a bit kind of low. So over here where you got your synths, I'm going to go to 8. Okay, cool. So wave number 1 in the wavetable synths, I've changed that to 8. I'm going to tune this one up to 0 because that was detuned by 12 semitones by an octave. Let's have a listen to that now. Okay, that's sounding a bit clearer. Also the filter and the formant shift. So you can see here the formant shift is pushed to the left. We're going to push this way back to 0, and we're going to stretch it out. We're going to open it up a bit. Let's have a listen. Okay, let's add a bit of resonance as well. Okay, I'm just going to filter some of the bottom end. Let's take some about there. Okay, over here now, I'm going to choose blend, and that's going to be a blend of the synth as well as the actual audio. So let's have a listen to that. Now we're getting there. Now we can add over here. We got some. I think this is chorus ensemble. Okay, so that's Okay, let's have a listen to that. Yeah, that's sounding good. Let's add a bit more stereo width to that. Okay, and I'm just going to add a little bit more analog color to it. And the other thing you can do is use this slider to slide between the two waves as well, the two waveforms. So let's try that as well. See if we can adjust it in a way that will color it in a way that we're happy. Cool. The other thing you can do as well is you can go for some tuning as well. You can create a chord. Like let's tune this up. Let's tune this up maybe 7 semitones. So we add a fifth. Let's see what we got. Okay, let's try it with the vocal. Let's actually see how the vocal sounds with that.
Time seems to fly when you're on top of the world without a worry. Let you down to the ground, but while we're here, the sun is shining.
Okay, and it's all about the mix. It's all about how just getting that right balance between the different elements. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's a load more you can do within this device right here. However, I'm not going to spend too much time. In fact, actually, yeah. Why don't we go for unison and legato? Let's see what that does. That's going to layer it 16 times, as we saw previously with the EXS24. But what we probably want to do is make sure that the volume has been lowered. We don't want to overdo things. Now, I should have switched this off from before. Let's play that back again.
Time seems to fly when you're on top of the world without a worry. Let you down to the ground, but while we're...
Okay, so forgive me. I had the this pitch shifter on from the start, which I shouldn't have done. I should have had it switched off. Nevertheless, I'm going to show you why I added that in.
Time seems to fly when you're...
Okay, so it's overloading a little bit there. Let's pull this back a bit.
Time seems to fly.
Okay, yeah, so because we've actually increased the number of voices to 60, the volume has really shot up. So I'm just going to pull back the volume, the output from the actual unit to about minus 18 dB. That's a number that I actually quite like using.
Time seems to fly when you're on top of the world without a worry.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so I'm just going to add in this pitch shifter, and let's see what I've actually done here. Is I've detuned by 12 semitones by an octave, a mix of 43%. So let's just mute the vocal again so you can hear what I'm talking about. Bypassed. So that's that bottom end. The final vibe, as it were.
Time seems to fly when you're on top of the world without a worry. Let you down to the ground, but while we're here, the sun is shining. Time seems to fly without a worry.
Okay, so that's it really for this tutorial. Hopefully you found it useful. Do remember to like, subscribe, and drop me a comment. Now I'll be back real soon with more. I'm Dr. Duce. Peace.